back. Now we are going to answer the question that all gadget mags, websites and techie TV shows all over the world are asking themselves: which is the best smartphone you can buy?
I agree. This is the main event, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's got to be about comparing the iPhone 4S to its contemporaries. And who better to do that than a man that has testingness flowing through his very veins? It's in his DNA. In fact, recently, he had a G rating tattooed on his arm.
Painful, but worth it. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about smartphones. I've got 6 of them, and I need to see which is best. So, on with the testing. Ever since the iPhone became established, rival smartphones have been queuing up for a shot at the title, the chance to be the next iPhone killer. But while some have got close to knocking it off its perch, no single smartphone has managed it. Yet. So I took 5 of the latest smartphones: the HTC Sensation XL, the Blackberry Torch 9810, the Nokia Lumia 800, the Samsung Galaxy Nexus and the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc S to find out if any of them could take the iPhone's crown. And my first tests are feast for the eyes. 3 quick-fire challenges designed to see which smartphone's the best for screen quality, video camera quality and stills camera quality. Arguably deal breakers if you're the sort of person who likes reading e-books, watching movies or taking pictures on the move. And to help me judge each of the criteria, I'd enlisted the help of 3 experts. First up, screen quality. With all the phone's identities hidden, I asked art student Joe Jefford to cast his eye over the iPhone 4S and its rivals to see how faithfully they reproduced one of his paintings. What do you think of the way the phones have represented it?
I think one of the really noticeable things is the contrast between the green and the orange.
Although the iPhone has led the way in screen technology, how would it fare against the newer OLED displays of some of these rival phones? While Joe reached a decision, I moved on to the next part of my test: camera quality. For many of us, having a good one of these on a phone is vital, so let's see which one of these is best. I'd invited pro photographer Steve Gerrard to judge. I'd taken a picture on each phone and had them blown up to 10 by 12-inch matte prints.
Some look a little bit flatter than others, some are sharper, some of the colours are a little bit unrealistic, I think.
Apple claims its new chip is as good as the ones found in DSLR cameras. But here they're competing with camera manufacturers like Sony and the Zeiss optics of the Nokia Lumia. While Steve continued viewing, I moved on to the next test. And finally, to test the video quality of the phones, I've shot some similar footage with each of them, and I'm playing it back through 6 identical televisions simultaneously. I'd invited Brian Harley, a filmmaker, to judge the image quality.
You can tell immediately the camera phones.
These phones all offer HD video recording from 720p to 1080p in the case of the Samsung and the iPhone 4S. Watching on this scale would certainly push the phones to deliver good quality. So it's decision time. Joe, which gets closest to representing your work?
The one that really stood out for me is this one in the middle here, because the colours contrasted well, and it's a really nice, clean, crisp image.
And it is the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. Ah, Steve, now, which one's come out best?
This one, just because there's clarity throughout the image, the colours seem to be pretty representative of what you would imagine would be there in real life.
Well, it is the Nokia Lumia 800. Now, Brian, I was guessing this was going to be quite a difficult decision because you didn't seem that impressed with any of them.
Yeah.
But have you chosen one?
I have.
And?
Well, they're all flawed in some way or another. I've selected this one.
Ah.
The reason being its capacity for registering detail.
Now, I'm intrigued to see which one you've chosen, and it is the Blackberry Torch 9810. The judges were then asked to award up to 6 points to each smartphone, 1 for their worst and 6 for their favourite. So, after our 3 visual tests, it was the Samsung that emerged as our front-runner with 16 points, with the iPhone 4S in second place with 11 points. My next test is going to be all about ease of use, and I've been joined by Melissa Thompson, who's the world's fastest texter. So, you've got a phrase. Let's start with the Blackberry.
I'll give it a go.
3, 2, 1, go. I set her off, texting with each phone using a phrase I'd created for the purpose. Each phone would receive points for how fast Guinness World Record holder Melissa could transcribe our message. 6 points for her fastest handset and 1 for her slowest. And it was the iPhone that caused her most problems, taking 1 minute and 11 seconds and coming last. But which was she fastest on?
So the Sony Ericsson is definitely the winner on time with that blistering time of 46 seconds.
So the Sony Ericsson picks up 6 points, putting it into second place. But the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, with 5 points, maintains its lead.
Now, a smartphone wouldn't be smart if it didn't have loads of processing power. In order to test the phone's speed, I'm going to time how long each one of them takes to load the Gadget Show's website.
The Samsung Galaxy Nexus was first to load it in a scorching 8 seconds, scoring top points again, with the iPhone a close second. But it's pointless loading a web page quickly if it's then impossible to navigate it. So I then awarded points for how easy each handset made navigating. And the HTC was definitely the best, but again, the iPhone got second place. So, once the points had been added up, the Samsung Nexus kept hold of its lead, but the iPhone had moved back into silver medal position. I had one final test, the biggest gripe of smartphone users, battery life. So, we put them through a cycle. An hour of making calls, followed by an hour of playing video clips, an hour of gaming, and an hour of web surfing.
Gone, it's dead.
This cycle was repeated until only one phone was left standing, and that was the iPhone 4S after approximately 8 hours on the go, giving it top honours in our final test. But when all the points from all our tests were added up, would we have a clear winner? Our final totals revealed that the Samsung Galaxy Nexus came out as the winner, followed by the iPhone 4S, with the HTC Sensation XL taking third place. But the main thing my testing revealed is that all these handsets are very accomplished and all very desirable gadgets.
I think you can now say definitely that the iPhone is one amongst many very good smartphones, and which one you choose really depends whether you like iOS, whether you prefer Android, whether there's a particular feature you want.
You've hit the nail on the head. Let me let you into a little secret. We've just been having a massive argument about which is the best phone. And that's the whole point of this now. The competition is so close. It's really subjective, isn't it?
It is. It's not just about Android and iOS, is it, John? The Windows phone from Nokia
absolutely
puts Nokia firmly back on the map. It's a great handset. You know, the bottom line is 6 fantastic piece of technology that all offer amazing experiences. At last, we've got a choice.
Exactly. It's now, you know, our game. It's down to the consumer, isn't it? Which is a good thing.
Yeah, this is definitely a debate I know will continue after we've left you, so we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you. Bye.